Hey guys, it's Brendan Borman back for their 270 video. Today we're going to be looking at the Old South within the 270 game, talking about different strategies, different important dynamics that go into this bonus, and how to make you a better 270 player. So let's start off by looking at the states. We have Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland. Together, these states add up to be a ton. It's like 94 electoral votes, and it does take a minimum of $125,000 in order to unlock those bonuses. I'll get into that here in just a little bit. But first, let's take a look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump has a 25% Old South bonus. And so if you take the base rate of $50,000 times 1.25, that equals $62,500 per turn just for having the Old South bonus. That is big for Republicans when counteracting Democrats who are going after the African American bonus. The Old South is super important, and one way that you can get it is through that classic Old South route through Louisiana, North Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland. That does equal the minimum of $125,000, and while that is not the only way to get it through the minimum, you could replace $35,000 with Mississippi and Arkansas, for example. It is probably four of the most important states in the Old South. So you think of Virginia, high tech, swing states, African American, Louisiana, oil, export, North Carolina, manufacturing, swing states, Maryland, high tech. And so you want to have a foothold in some of these important states. And so in a 1v1, I do not mind going this way. If you are in a multiplayer and you really want to avoid a clash, then maybe you just choose one of these states and then go in all of the other Old South states. But when you have the Old South and you have swing states and African American, that is a powerful combination. I did not invent this strategy, but I did just coin a phrase so that we can remember it, and that is Oasis. When you are in the Oasis, that is a super fantastic feeling, and you can actually achieve Oasis in 270 by the end of turn 4. If you go into the Old South and then get the Old South bonus, and then you just add Florida, Arizona, and New Mexico, you can actually get all three bonuses by the end of turn 4. This is a fantastic strategy in multiplayer and 1v1. And candidates like Kanye West, who have an African-American Old South, that's a great strategy. Some other things to think about when looking at different states and which states to invest in is the cost per dollar that it costs. So in Alabama, it's $18,000 per pip, but it's also 9 electoral votes. If you think about like Mississippi, it costs even more money. It's $20,000 per pip, and you only get 6 EVs. Virginia is one of the best cost-effective states in the entire game, plus it has 4 bonuses attached to it. And then you have 37.5 in Georgia with 16 electoral votes. That is one of my favorite states to flip on a ballot round, just because that can be not only 16, but a 32 electoral vote swing in your favor if you do it correctly. So definitely some great values, and there are tons of bonuses you want to think about in the Old South, but do not forget about high tech. If you are able to secure Virginia and Maryland, especially as a Democratic candidate, all you have to do is add Pennsylvania for $60K, and then if you just get to the third pip in California, that is the high-tech bonus. Now, Republican candidates can also get high-tech, but if you can maybe prevent your opponent from getting high-tech without having to spend up in New York and California, then that can be a really great strategy. Because of this, and knowing that you're going up against a candidate, maybe you can just take one of the states or the other. And so Maryland, especially with it being $35,000, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it can definitely add up if you overspend in a specific state. So thinking about the Old South, you want to think about what candidates can I use? Of course, there are Republicans who do have African American bonuses and Democrats who have Old South bonuses. And so if you can find a candidate just like Stacey Abrams, who does have a 10% Old South and a whopping 50% African American bonus, that is someone who is really, really strong within the 270 game. And so with Stacey Abrams, if you can snowball an Old South bonus into African American, you are really going to have an easy time getting to 270 electoral votes. Of course, your opponent is going to see that 50% African American bonus and do everything they can to prevent it, but maybe they think you're going to go Florida or New York. And so if you go Old South, that might catch them off guard. Now, there are plenty of states in the Old South, but do not sleep on Arkansas. At 15,000 per pip and 6 electoral votes, it is a cost-effective state that you can go for on the ballot, or that's worthwhile in defending. And early on, if you're facing a candidate who is also going for the Old South bonus, having a single pip in Arkansas can definitely be the swing, especially because Arkansas does not have any funds that count toward African American. And so, as a fun fact, if you have the entire Old South plus Florida, that gets you the African American bonus. And so states like Florida are heavily contested, but states like Arkansas are not. I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive into the Old South bonus. I'll be doing that for all of the bonuses. Like and subscribe to the channel. And this is Brendan Borman saying thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next 270 video.